Greetings and welcome back to another episode of Heaven on Wheels. This is Purpose Driven Wife, Part 2. In Part 1, we talked about women who are looking for a husband, praying to God, asking God for a husband, to seek a man that needs help fulfilling his purpose for God. Go back to Part 1 if you missed that. In Part 2, we want to talk about that type of man. So you all know the story of Moses. Moses was Hebrew, and he, as an infant, he was sent down the Nile River by his family to be spared from Pharaoh, who was killing the infants in an effort of population control, because the Hebrews were growing too vast for them to be able to control. The basket went to the palace when it went down the Nile River. It was found by Pharaoh's daughter, Bithiah, and Bithiah asked if she could raise him in the palace as one of their own. Now, Miriam worked in the palace, and she was in conjunction with them, and she found out when the bassinet arrived at the palace, and she asked if, she said, I know the mother, and, you need somebody to breastfeed and take care of him. Can I bring her in? So that all worked out, and Moses' mother came in, and she was actually able to participate in raising her own child. His mother's name was Jochebed. Let's fast forward. So Moses grew up, he was educated, he had some of the accoutrements of the palace and some of the benefits, and he was strapping, and he had a little bit of prestige. He was the Prince of Egypt, and he had power, and, to a degree. And so this is the type of man that any woman would be interested in, And so we continue the story. He witnesses an Egyptian overseer brutalizing one of his own people, one of the Hebrew slaves. He becomes enraged, and he gets into a confrontation and winds up killing the Egyptian overseer. Now he's on the run. He's a fugitive. He is banished. He has to get out of town quick. He's a felon. He has to leave, at 3 a.m. in the morning. He's a murderer. He's on Egypt's most wanted. And so now all of these things that he had working in his favor, now that's gone. The power, the fame, the Prince of Egypt status, the money, all of the things. He's homeless. He's a fugitive. He's a felon, a murderer on the run. And he winds up in a place called Midian. And he meets a woman named Zipporah, and her father Jethro take her in. Now take him in. Now keep in mind, he doesn't have the skills that he had when he was in Egypt. The education that he has, it doesn't work out here because these people are shepherds. So now he isn't looking as attractive as he did when he was Prince of Egypt status. So he's got this felony chasing him down as a murderer. He's homeless. He doesn't have a skill set in Midian. And so now the script has flipped. Now, ladies, I ask you the question, does this sound like the same type of man you would be interested in? Leave your thoughts in the comments. We know what happened with Moses. And Zipporah and Jethro, they went on to be key figures in biblical text. And they are remembered well. They played a big role in Moses' life, and him becoming the man that was able to go back to Pharaoh to deliver his people from the hand of Pharaoh under the rule of God. So that's who Moses turned out to be. But that's not who he was when Zipporah and Jethro and her family took him in. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I hope you'll subscribe to this channel so you can get more videos like this. Give this video a thumbs up. And remember, in all of your getting, get understanding.